Staring into my eyes is ill-advised.
Feels like a whole new Paimon after those 2 days in the hot springs. The Abyss kind of threw a wrench in our... Still, spending time here really has felt like the Kaholasaurs are so nice and so fun to play with. Their bellies are super bouncy. Oh, and Atea's snacks were so delicious. Yelling at some kids who got caught throwing stones in the hot springs, so not much has changed since we first met her.
Hey, you guys. Sleep well last night?
Yep. This area is so
Glad you like it. I was thinking of taking you guys out to do some sea fishing. Later tonight, we can eat whatever we catch. Fresh fish is absolutely delicious right off the grill.
Hey, Moalani!
Yeah? What do you need?
The team sent out to fight in the Night Warden Wars has returned.
And Kachina?
Kachina fell. But don't worry, the team was victorious, so the right of
That's a relief. The Abyss is cunning, and it was her first time. Mistakes are bad.
Exactly. She deserves to hold her head up high.
All right, thanks for letting me know. We'll head out in a bit.
Makes sense.
Jeez, she sounded a little anxious there.
Mualani, you said the Abyss was cunning just now, but it seems like the Abyss just wants to destroy everything. Like, think about all those monsters that attacked your tribe. If there really was some sort of cunning plan, wouldn't it make more sense to send them to attack Kachina and her small team? Not that Paimon wants them to be in any more
Relax, I get it. At a glance, it certainly seems like the only goal is total destruction. The Abyss isn't a living entity after all, so what capacity for logic or planning could it possibly possess? But through our long history of fighting the Abyss, 500 years ago, the Abyss invaded Teyvat. You know about that, right? That's right. Conria suffered greatly during that time. But so did... And Natlan was the worst affected of all. It took the combined efforts of the then Pyro Archon and heroes from every... Even so, the effects of the invasion... Our tribe's waters were contaminated. It was like each disaster was designed for a specific tribe. Exactly. We once thought that the Abyss's desire for destruction was a sort of primal instinct. We now believe the Abyss has invaded the Night Kingdom.
And that's how it became so dangerous and—
Yes, and that's why we've been unable to fully eradicate. Luckily, the problems left behind by the Abyss have been successfully addressed by the various Pyro Archons. Now every tribe is prospering and things are looking up. I mean, just look at what we managed to do a few days ago.
You must have had to sacrifice a lot.
Every battle, every sacrifice, responsibility, duty, unavoidable burden. Everyone in Natlan views the war different, but I believe we will be rid of the Abyss one day. And the efforts of all who fought to think that my name could survive in ballads passed down to future generations, it's kind of romantic. Everyone has something that drives them forward, you know? Anyway, let's head to the stadium. Our fishing trip can wait until Kachina's back with us. The sea's not going in.
Whoa, this place is packed already.
Of course. No one's gonna miss out on the chance to welcome our heroes back from battle. Kachina's gonna be so flustered. She's never had this many eyes on her before.
Yeah, she doesn't seem like the kind of person who likes being the center of attention.
Looks like I'm just in time.
Kanich, you're here!
Yeah, a commission ran longer than expected, but I made it. I heard about the incident with your tribe.
Yeah, it's all taken care of. Our new friend here's got some tricks up his sleeve, by the way. He's just as—
Hey, look! Is it about to—
That's right. Someone will come out. Come on, let's find a spot with a good view. Let's go somewhere.
Warriors of we are the inheritors, those who grew alongside, those who forged our own destiny. That is Natlan's fire, the lifeblood of our nation!
I could not find Kachina within the Night Kingdom.
What?
What is it?
Usually once the ode is complete, the Pyro Arc...
What's going on? This has never happened before.
Well, I think it's pretty obvious. Clearly, the team sent to fight the... Think about it. The Ode rekindled... Since the Archon couldn't find Kachina in the Night Kingdom, that must mean there's more to this victory than meets the...
Hey! You just haven't gotten over the fact that Kachina beat you in the pilgrimage!
Pathetic. The both...
Your wild guesses are misplaced. We completed our mission.
Maybe you did, but who's to say whether that little girl even contributed at all? Maybe she got scared. Why would the YUB recognize someone like her, even if she was on the winning team?
How dare you insult a hero of Natlan like that? Kachina sacrificed herself to repel the Abyss. She doesn't deserve to be subjected to your vile rumors when—
Calm down, Mualani. There's no point arguing with the likes of them.
I can't just sit here and let them slander her like that.
To insult a hero of Natlan, the person actually has to be a hero.
You...
Think about it, everyone. Who do you think is really at fault here? A girl who never or the great Pyro Archon? Why would the rules of our nation suddenly stop working?
That's true. If she wasn't revived, it must mean she failed to achieve victory. Maybe the YUB interpret victory.
I mean, that girl didn't look all that strong to me.
Kachina wouldn't have run! That's not like—
No! She's been waiting for this moment, no matter how daunting the situation. No matter how scared she might feel. We don't even know what happened. So don't you dare try to use this as an excuse to vent your anger or slander her reputation.
Fine. We'll find out what happens soon enough. Then, we'll see who truly deserves glory.
That's enough. There is no doubt about today's victory, or Kachina's part in it. She is a hero worthy of our admiration and celebration. However, the failure of today's ceremony is undeniable. Kachina has not been rekindled, and I offer you all to prevent further casualties. I have decided to suspend the pilgrimage until this
What?
No one is all-knowing. No one is infallible, not even— But doubt is a means by which we seek the truth, not a weapon we wield against others. If there are things you wish to clarify, then ask me directly. Doubt my answer if you wish, but now's your chance. You have concerns? State them.
No,
Even though I have said nothing to change your mind, then it would seem the truth never mattered to you at all.
That guy doesn't even have the courage to answer the Pyro Archon's question! So much for all that
I have a question, Archon. My friend Kachina. Do you have— I know you said you were investigating the situation, but I'm sorry, that's not enough.
I've already shared everything I know. If you want to learn the truth and rescue your— So,
Of course I'll join.
in that case, come see me—
We should join them.
Oh, and if it's not too much trouble, could you drop by as well, Traveler? I'd like to have a chat. Rest assured, everyone, I'll keep the tribal Once again, I apologize for the
did she just—
I believe she did. Let's go. I'd like to know what's going on
I
myself.
wouldn't be surprised that what she know about us. No surprise there.
The situation is urgent, so I'll get straight to the point. Kachina is undoubtedly a hero of Natlan, and there's been unrest in the Night Kingdom, but I don't know what's causing it. As a result, I've been until we find and address the cause of the unrest, the Ode of Resurrection will continue to be ineffective.
And that means Kachina won't be able to come back—
That's correct. Not until the problem with the Night Kingdom is resolved.
How long will that take?
It's hard to say.
Kachina always dreamed of fighting the Abyss. She wasn't afraid of death because she knew, if it came down to it, whenever we sat down together, exhausted from training, she would always hum the Ode of Resurrection. She was supposed to come back to us. We were supposed to hug her and celebrate with her and share her joy. We supported her every step of the way, but would sit peacefully and wait for her—
That's not fair, Mulan.
It's all right. I understand your rage and your grief. Kachina's life, believe me, I want to bring her back as soon as possible. But please, hear what I have to say so I can at least give you a broader picture of the... Considering the recent attack on your tribe, I believe the Abyss has found a new means of undermining the rules of our nation.
You mean...
The Sacred Flame. The foundation of our resistance against the... If we continue to hold the pilgrimage and send teams to fight the Abyss, but if we stop altogether, the Sacred Flame will only grow weaker. The Abyss will scale up their attacks, and the tragedy we saw with the people of the Springs will only be the first of many.
If we compare the two choices, the former seems to be the lesser of two. Sorry, I know that may sound harsh, but I bear the name Malipo. Weighing the costs is my duty. The raw truth can be cruel, but we need to understand it.
But what would you say, Mualani? This is personal for you. And unlike Kanich, I dare say it's not a simple case of weighing up...
No. I can't choose between them, and I don't want to. Saying that one is preferable over the other is disrespectful to the people who suffered.
You're saying it doesn't matter whether I suspend the pilgrimage. The consequences will be equal...
Yes. What happened to Kachina breaks my heart. But I couldn't bring myself to sacrifice other people for her sake.
And that is the crux of the problem. It's either way, there will be people who suffer. And the end result will be the same. Once doubt has crept in, the people will no longer unite in battle against the Abyss. And that, their ultimate goal, isn't to break the rules that make the Ode of Resurrection work. It's to destroy the people's faith in them. To prevent what happened to Kachina from happening to anyone else, we need to suspend the pilgrimage. So that is my current plan. And in the meantime, I've made efforts to strengthen each tribe. Then, we have to find another way of strengthening the Sacred Flame to keep the Abyss at bay. This won't be easy. I'll need time to figure out the best approach. I understand your anger, Mualani. But I hope that provided some clarity, at least.
Wow. Hyman thought things were gonna get heated for a second, but the pyro...
I owe you an apology, Archon. I let myself...
We could always hold the pilgrimage without sending a team to fight in the Night Warden Wars. That way, we would still be able to fuel the sacred...
I've considered that, but the two events have nearly always been linked. Without the chance to fight the Abyss, pilgrimage rankings lose with fewer participants, the amount of...
So, essentially, the Abyss has taken Kachina hostage.
You've learned about the concept of ley lines during your travels, yes? The Night Kingdom is... Staying there for a short period of time shouldn't have an effect on your sense of self will be devoured, until eventually you become... Imagine pouring a cup of water into a rushing river. You can try to scoop up another cup, but there's no chance it will be the same water you had before. I won't sugarcoat it. That is the danger.
Just like you said, Archon. You can focus all your efforts on dealing with the Sacred Flame.
The Abyss poses the same threat to you as it does to her. It is very...
Kachina's waiting for us to...
I failed to protect her during our campaign.
Traveler? What do you think?
Understood. Then I'll support you, and the Masters of the Nightwind have a technique that can extract... If we can find Kachina's ancient... Then comes the hard part. You need to visit the Night Kingdom.
But isn't the Night Kingdom...
Under normal circumstances, only the consciousness can enter. But there is, however, know that the Night Kingdom will attempt to repel you, and the...
That's fine by...
Same here. Fighting the Abyss is...
So, Hyman's the only one who's scared...
Sitlali of the Masters of the Nightwind once created an artifact that can be used to communicate with the Wyab. We call it the Spirit Speaker Stone. It was originally used as a ceremonial artifact wielded by the tribal chiefs.
That was the artifact I delivered to the Scions of the Canopy a few days ago. Didn't think I'd be here.
Thank you so much for your help, everyone.
Your thanks are unnecessary. I will offer you whatever aid I can, but your fellowship and courage are what will truly decide the success of this operation. Besides, you're the ones helping me. Traveler, I certainly didn't expect I've heard all about your accomplishments. Ever since you arrived, I've been hoping to meet you and offer you Natlan. Why? Is that not what happened in the other nations you visited?
Yeah, things were pretty complicated at the start. And, you know, in the middle. But our reputation...
That's more like it. After all, I've heard you're someone who transcends fate. Perhaps even more than you can imagine. Ideally, this would be the perfect night for a drink and some musical...
Oh, I almost forgot. Atea was wounded in the fight again. It embodies fond...
I didn't think this day would come so soon. The flame... If things were different, the two of us could have enjoyed the hot springs together. But don't worry. This talisman means a great deal to me.
You said you didn't want to jeopardize the production of contending fire. But that's not at all why—
You're right. Even now, the gradual corrosion caused by the Abyss has resulted in a massive as things stand. The pilgrimage is a lost cause. The Abyss has brought catastrophe to Natlan, and Kachina's disappearance in the Night Kingdom is a direct consequence of that.
We can't let the general public know that.
No. If the public learned that Natlan's destruction was close, but if I said nothing at all, they would have continued.
Another simple choice. The latter was clearly the better solution. But you chose otherwise.
I have never subscribed to the belief that the right choice is the one with the fewest sacrifices. Let's go. There's still a way for the sick.
You mean?
Yes. The sacred flame must never go out. Not only does it strike fear in the Abyss, so until our heroes are ready.
But that can only last so long. I think we should focus on the remaining ancient name-bearer.
Don't let desperation cloud your judgment. Those chosen by the Wayab have already all we can do.
Even so, for you to make this sacrifice...
If not me, then who? No other is capable. I possess great strength, but I'm not above my people. This is part of my duty.
Archon! It's the Fatui!
Oh, there he is.
The Archon of Natlan. A force to be reckoned with. The secret of the ley lines is no secret to me. Long have they been destined for ruin. And since the oath made 5 centuries ago remains unfulfilled, what use is the Gnosis in your hands?
I don't know what you mean. But it sounds like this is about more than the Tsaritsa.
In times of crisis, someone must pick up the mantle of salvation. Your plan has reached an impasse, and now it falls to me to create new rules for Natlan. But before the dawn of a new age, the old must be destroyed.
I assume that's the end of your speech? Good. People like us. Let our blades do the talking!
Alpha, so swing him up to the tactical retreat. Ooh, damn. He's like, nah, I'm out.
Masters of the Night Wind. Send word. The captain and his followers must be apprehended.
Good luck. You're gonna need it.
Are you alright, Archon?
He was a formidable opponent. Exactly what I would expect from the first of the
I never imagined someone could match you in If the Tsaritsa sent him here, why would he bring up what happened 5 centuries ago?
Yeah. And how much does he know?
The Harbingers are all driven by their own personal goals. The only purpose that unites them is collecting the Gnosis, but I'm sure the captain has his own reasons for being here as well.
Whatever his motive, we should shift our focus to the Fatui. If they attack—
No. We're running out of— The wound I inflicted should hold him back and weaken him for the time being. Besides, I'm sure you noticed. The power that came to his rescue just now came from the Masters of the Night Wind.
In other words, there are traitors among us.
Not necessarily. This could prove to be a very valuable turn of events. When we exchanged final blows, I sensed an unusual presence within him. Kanich, go to the Masters of the Night Wind and look into who could have aided the captain. Speak to Sitlali. She should—
Of course. I'll head out right now. Do you still intend to—
Yes. Natlan's strength has never rested solely in its Archon. Together we foresaw the only path that leads to our nation's future. We must trust in that vision now.
Is everything okay?
Completely fine. Just lamenting the fact that I never got a picture when I could still turn my hair into flames. I just hope the others have a safe journey.
What's happening at the stadium? Did something—
It feels like the Archon unleashed her power.
Should we go back and check what—
Have faith in the Archon.
Once we find Kachina's ancient name, we'll head right back.
Okay, let's just keep quiet.
Crumble!
The campaign begins.
Sure.
That's Wyna, the tribal chief. Let's head over to him.
Chaska.
Nice to see you again, Wyna. I'm afraid we don't have time for pleasantries, so I'll get right to it.
Whoa, hold on a second.
My friend Kachina is trapped within the Night Kingdom.
Rescue her? From the night?
That's right.
I'm sorry, but someone needs to tell you what you don't want to hear. Going there, the nature of battle is unpredictable.
I appreciate what you're trying to say, Chief Wyna.
I thought you might say that.
Is something wrong, Wyna? Life isn't complete without taking risks. That's always been...
It's nothing. The Night Kingdom is a dangerous place. If you're that determined, far be it from me to stop you. Here's the stone. Keep it safe, okay?
Thank you.
Huh. Seems like you two go way back. But aren't you from the...
Oh, Chaska's a peacekeeper, so she's famous throughout the tribes. She's always the one people call to resolve conflicts. So we slow... Her younger sister Quichi's always hanging around our tribe, too. She's...
Oh, you have a younger sister?
Yes. I'll introduce you to her sometime, but let's get back to business. Wyna, how do we use the stone?
As you probably know, your intended destination is completely different from the real world. The Night Kingdom is like a river flowing with concepts. In that sense, the stone is like a fishing boat drifting down the river. But the boat alone isn't enough. You need a fisherman, experienced enough to steer it in the right direction.
We couldn't do that ourselves.
With a little practice, I'm sure you could. You have the strength and the talent. If you want to make sure this works, though, I could recommend someone to you.
Who?
Vichama, a legendary warrior and scout from our tribe. He's got a keen eye and a well-honed intuition. Even his ancient name means to seek, if you're fishing for a name.
Vichama? What?
He's one of Auntie Atea's hot spring buddies. I've heard stories about him. Where can we find him?
Ever since Malco passed, he spends most of his time gazing out at the scenery.
Thank you.
Well...
Good luck.
What the hell is this?
Someone admiring the scenery. Hello there, are you Vichama?
That's me. Did you need something? What? You're saying you can bring someone... No, If you really think about it, anything's possible in that kind of place.
Are you okay?
Everything's fine. After I help you find Kachina's ancient name, I want to use the stone to look...
Your friend? Oh, why not mention someone?
Yes, but I'd rather not get into it if it's all the same to you.
That's not a problem. We agree to your request.
Yeah. Since you're helping us find Kachina's ancient name, it's...
Then we're agreed. Can I have a look at the stone? I see. From what I can tell, it functions almost like an abyss. Once the connection is established, the abyss will come surging through the opening like a predator honing in on the scent of blood. So we have to be sure not to use it in a tribal settlement.
Wow, you got all that?
I just picked up on the basics, really. I still have no idea why it works. You said someone named Lali invented this. They must be a... I'll go find an open area and...
We'll go right away. What do you...
First, I'll need some hook ropes. Pretty much every store around here carries them.
Wait, are you saying you're going to use a real net to catch Kachina's ancient name? How does that work when one's tangible and one's not?
By creating something tangible in our world, like a net, we can create a connection to a corresponding concept in the Night Kingdom. Basically, I'm going to use the concept of a net to catch something equally intangible. An ancient...
Oh, I see.
Right. I need two chunks of obsidian. Once we bring the ancient names into our world, we'll need a place to store. Normally, you can only get obsidian from the Children of Echoes. But I heard there's a traveling merchant from that tribe around here somewhere, so maybe...
Gotcha!
Alright, let's split up. See that clearing? Let's meet over there. Oh, and you can send someone with me if you want. In case you're worried I might take the stone for myself.
What do you think, Chaska?
There's no need. Lena spoke highly of you. That...
I appreciate it, even though that doesn't mean much to me anymore. Anyway, it'll take some time to set everything up, so no need to rush.
What an odd guy. He seems so defeated, but also really invested in the stone at the same time.
I don't have any more insight than you, Paimon. Let's just focus on the preparations for now. Hang on, Kachina. Hello. Do you have any hook ropes for...
Hook ropes? As in rock climbing equipment?
Yes. How much for...
Oh, the whole thing? Let me...
Deal.
Wait.
What, you want me to drive down the price? We just need these as...
Oh, no problem at all. I'll even pass along some information on the house. These ropes are usually used by rock climbing enthusiasts. If you want to learn, Roka's the person you want to ask. All right. That's everything.
Now we need the obsidian. Let's go talk to the traveling merchant.
Anything else I can...
Excuse me, do you sell obsidian?
Why, yes. I've got...
Perfect. Is that the only...
That might be tough. Tell you what, I'll take a look through these...
Thank you so much.
Relax. Everything's...
I know, it's just... I could tell Vichama Kachina always carries all...
Well, would you look at that? I did bring an extra. Here you go, young lady. How does it look?
Perfect! Thank you.
If you hadn't shown up, these stones would have just sat here. Here you go. By the way, I heard you mention Vichama. How's he doing? Malco's been gone for 5 years now.
Do you know what happened between...
I heard about it in passing while I was out drinking one night, but I don't know all the details. Vichama and Malko was an amazing fighter, capable of knocking out multiple opponents in a single hit, while Vichama excelled at scouting and analyzing the battlefield. The two made an excellent team, and managed to beat back the Abyss several times. 5 years ago, they both emerged triumphant in the pilgrimage, and were placed on the same team to fight the Abyss. But on the eve of battle, the Abyss launched an attack on their tribe, and Vichama suffered an
Then what happened?
The team agreed that he couldn't fight the Abyss. Vichama didn't argue. He knew going to the front lines with an injured leg would make him a burden in battle. So they raised the issue with the Pyro. It's just... Malko and the others ended up facing hordes of abyssal monsters in numbers that far exceeded anyone. Vichama went into a deep depression after that. He blames himself for everything. Oh, you're not wrong. But it's possible he chooses to blame himself. Not because he did something wrong, but I've tried convincing him to move forward. To stop... the Abyss has caused so much suffering, and some wounds never heal. I wish there was something he could do to make him... Anyway, that's the gist of it. Maybe you could help him talk things through.
Whoosh! Nobody can catch me!
Rise! Did you get everything?
Yep, it's all here.
I've made all the necessary adjustments. As agreed, I'll help you find Kachina's ancient name. Go ahead. After Malko fell, I scoured the battlefield to see what happened. It turned out he wasn't bested by some impossibly powerful foe. He was dragged to his grave by the sheer number. If I had been there, I would have been able to sense the danger. I've always blamed myself for what happened. But when you told me about Kachina, I realized there's a chance.
But that happened several years ago, right? The Pyro Archon said all life within the Night Kingdom eventually...
There might not be much hope, but I still have to try. Malko and I promised each other, even if we never managed to root out the Abyss for good, we would fight. All right, let's get to it. I'll start... Make sure you prepare yourselves for battle. As I said, the stone will link the mortal realm to the Night Kingdom.
Look at that golden thing! It must be one of those fragments Vichama mentioned. Let's get closer! Whoa, monsters incoming! Watch out, everyone!
Overruled. As one with wind and cloud. One with nature. Gather.
How much longer, Vichama?
Not long. We're getting close. Quick! Take it! I found Kachina's ancient name. Hang in there, Malco. Just a little longer.
Something's not right.
The Abyss is corroding his body!
I should have died 5 years ago. I just need a little more time. Please, I'm almost there. Thank you.
Whoa, watch out! The power of the Abyss is strong.
This
With my
power...
X button.
Hanging in there?
Malco. No, what?
We can't wait any longer.
I already tried.
In that case, we have no... Get back!
Chaska, wait!
Ouch! What happened just now?
The stone's power was spiraling out of control. You were all caught in the shockwave of the explosion.
Give us a heads up next time, will you? You're lucky.
I thought I said to get back.
Yeah, barely a second before you made it go poof. Not everyone has your reflexes, Chaska. We were this close to getting dragged into the...
Okay.
At least Kachina's ancient name is... Vichama!
Vichama!
I couldn't find Malco's ancient name. Once your ancient name disappears, there's no... And now...
Vichama.
I'm sure he's heard enough condolences over the years.
Huh? What's that in your...
Huh? This is...
Hey, Malco. Not enough to swing a sword, but to say a few last words. Too bad. No one will get to... I never thought I'd actually die. Guess I have something to be thankful for then. My... Pisak. Always... Maybe you're right. Vichama, don't be sad. Just... keep on living. For the both of us.
Was that?
Seems like we were able to salvage something after...
Of course. Seeing him, hearing... But...
A deeper...
Malco was always the type to put on a brave face. For all these years...
Vichama!
I'm fine. Actually, I heard Chief Wyna wasn't really on board with your plan to go to... When you asked for my help, I hesitated too. I knew helping you find your friend's ancient name meant, but I also understood why you had to try. Everyone has regrets in life, but not everyone gets the chance to make up. Once allowed to fester, guilt strips us of our most valuable... If I could do it all over again, I would have followed Malco to the front lines no matter what. Even with an injured leg, there were still things I could have done. That way, even if the outcome stayed the same, I still would have fought alongside him to the end. There are critical junctures in life. That's something I had to learn in hindsight. But you're still at the crossroads of your journey.
Thank you, Vichama. I feel even more... I promised I would find her, and I intend...
That's good to hear.
Once abyssal corrosion enters the body, a portion will fuse itself to your internal organs. Even though the Traveler possessed... Thanks to him, though, you were only briefly exposed. slowing your breathing and controlling your emotions. Just speaking from experience.
Anyway, we've recovered Kachina's ancient name, so we're off to and apologize for destroying the
Koichi, are you really gonna just stand there like that? I don't know what you want.
I think you know exactly what I'm trying to say, Uncle Wina.
Honestly, it's just one thing. They're back.
Koichi? What are you...
Don't play dumb with your own sis. My apologies, everyone. I just need to borrow...
I'll be just a moment.
Who was that?
Koichi, Chaska's younger sister. Although the two aren't actually related by blood, it's kind of a long story. It's not really my story to tell, but I guess it's not a secret. You see, she was afflicted with a rare disease when she was that strength of will pushed...
For some reason, Paimon...
Well, when Chaska finally returned to human society...
Ah, I remember those days. One of those fights was definitely with me. But, you know, kids. Eventually, she found a way to... It sounds like she still argues with Koichi, though.
That's partly my fault. Koichi...
Oh, I get it. No wonder you tried to talk us out of going to the Night Kingdom. Chaska even said that wasn't like you.
I'm all for your adventure. You need to take risks when you're young, because by the time you're my age, you couldn't attempt something like that even if you wanted to. Better try now than live with her. Still, I can understand where Koichi's coming from. In the end, nobody wants to sit back and...
All right, it's just the two of us now. You have 1 minute to
I don't have anything to say. You don't have to approve, but you should know...
That attitude is exactly the problem. It's like you don't care. You try to sneak off to the Night Kingdom behind my back and then play it down as if it's just a trip abroad.
Well, technically I am going abroad.
Again with the excuses! We agreed, didn't we? There are 4 levels of danger. If it's not something urgent, you can only engage in level 2 danger and below. You can only go up to level 3, but a trip to the Night Kingdom? If that's not a level...
What do you mean, sneak into the place? I always planned on walking in there with my head held high.
You bought off Uncle Wina, didn't you?
You feel like he went back on his word. What if I told you my mind was made up, and there was nothing he could have done? Not even by...
Oh, I knew it! So he did try to say something, but you...
This is important. If you were in my...
You don't know that? I'm a doctor, and I handle logistics. If you're going to waltz into a dangerous situation where you could...
All right, whatever. Anything else?
What do you mean, anything else? Why don't you reflect on what you've done and prompt...
Time out. Is this one of our normal arguments, or is...
Chaska, does it sound like I'm joking?
Then... You need to know something. What happened to...
But the person you become when you lose control, that's all...
That's a different issue. You said it yourself. A person is only as good as their morals. If I want to live in Natlan, I need to display qualities that make me worthy of this nation.
I've also told you that managing your condition is equally...
Sometimes you have to make sacrifices. All right, let's stop this here. If we keep going, I might actually have to get serious. And I think Wina prefers his roof attached to his house.
Is that a threat? That sounds like a...
Koichi!
So, you're really going to go, no matter what I say?
Then support me. I'll be back. All you have to...
So, that's it.
Something you wanted to say?
I know you aren't related by blood, but you two sure...
Really?
You know, I said that very thing to Koichi not too long ago, and she reacted the exact same way, down to the very tone. It's not my place to get involved, but I will say this. Try to spend a little more time with your sister. You're tough kids. that doesn't mean you have to go.
Thank you.
Anytime. All right, according to Kinich, it's an important ceremonial artifact, so it'd be safer to...
If only Tone Deaf Bard was here, he could have ripped...
It might be in a few more pieces than you remember.
Huh? I see. Sounds like it wasn't... Still, Citlali's going to be a nightmare to deal with now that you've broken her stuff. I'll explain everything. Stay safe out there in the Night Kingdom, okay?
Crumble!
Into the wind! Time to go.
We're back! We found Kachina's ancient name!
Well, it's fairly complicated.
The Fatui again? We can't go anywhere without them causing...
But what if the Fatui finds out you've lost your power? Won't they try to...
That's why it has to be our little secret. No one else can know, or we're asked... Look, I wish I could offer you some sort of consolation, but I won't lie to you. With multiple factions closing in, there's nothing comforting about the situation we're facing. Still, all you need to do is focus on your goal.
I can also step in on the Pyro Archon's behalf. There's a limit to what I can accomplish, but I'll help you how...
There's no need to be so modest, Dion-san. Your incredible strength has long...
Archon, I'm sorry about before. You have so much...
You have nothing to be sorry about. We all get overwhelmed by our emotions, myself included. Your reaction to Kachina's disappearance, Well, now that we have Kachina's ancient name, let's go track her down.
What is this place? Hey, isn't that Atea's...
Good eye. This is...
Whoa. I've never seen this place before. There's so many things in here.
It looks like there are items from every tribe. Collecting them must have taken a lot of effort.
I suppose you could think of it as a hobby of sorts. And physical items do a far better job of preserving those stories than our own Now, I still have some preparations to make for the ceremony. If you're curious about an item, I'm more—
Alright, we'll have a—
This flower looks like it's thriving. You must be good at taking care.
Hey, there's a fishing rod here. It must have belonged—
That's right. It belongs to a legendary fisherman named Matavaru. I have his entire set of fishing equipment. He and I met in a tavern. He told me about a particular kind of giant fish, and his meticulous in his eyes I saw a hunger and a strong fighting spirit.
So, did he do it?
The next time I saw him, he was covered in scars. He managed to kill the fish, but sustained— Can a fisherman claim victory if he fails to bring back his catch? That's—
Well, Paimon thinks he won.
That was my answer as well. The experience was far more— In the end, he didn't want his tools—
Wait, that means you all—
Maybe we can go head to head.
This is Atea—
I'm sure you're familiar with this one already. Atea was rarely ever without it. The powder still needs some time to settle. Well, what do you think of my collection?
Yeah, if each item represents a different story, seems like does every item hold a special memory?
That's right. The items in my collection actually serve a similar purpose to the ancient names passed down among the tribes. They demonstrate the true shape of—
The shape of—
Most people perceive time as a linear concept, almost like a straight line that can only move forward. We cannot change the past but. There's also a different theory, one that I believe to be closer to the truth. Namely, that the—
At once?
Let's say your journey ended right now. Thinking back on your experience in each nation, which one would you say was the Exactly. Even at the end of your journey, the things you experienced along the way don't cease to exist. Take out a portion of that journey, and you would likely make very different decisions, and eventually arrive at a very different destination. The future is the same way. It exists even though it has yet to come to pass. We just lack the means to perceive it. Of course, there are those with the power to foresee the future. They simply call it by a different name. Fate. You're quite—
That does kinda make sense. The future hasn't—
Humanity excels at living in the present. But too often, while the pilgrimage and the Night Warden, only by uniting the people of Natlan across countless eras can we fight back against an enemy as formidable as the Abyss. To come up with such a set of rules, the first Pyro Archon must have possessed a level of insight I can only imagine. That's correct. At first, he was a mortal man with no special power. After he ascended to the divine throne, he used it to borrow power from the heavens and establish namely, a framework through which ordinary people can ascend to Archonhood. By holding the pilgrimage, we're able to determine the strongest among us. and when that person ascends to the divine throne, their inner flame will. In addition, the sacred flame will grant them significant knowledge and memory of this land. After all, that's how I came to know everything I just told you.
So, it all comes down to the power of the divine throne and the rule. Wait, is that a family portrait?
Yes. That's my mother, father, younger sister, and the little saurians we raised. I turned a piece of my dad's leather armor into a canvas and commissioned a famous artist to paint our likeness.
Your sister is so cute! Paimon was having a hard time thinking of an Archon as an ordinary person, but seeing it really doesn't look like there was anything special about you before. Oh, wait, is Paimon allowed to—
A little late for that question, don't you?
Sorry! Paimon's so sorry! Paimon's mouth works faster than her brain sometimes.
It's alright. I'd never— No matter what others may say, my past is a precious part of my identity. Becoming the Archon doesn't mean you sever ties with your family. The position just comes with a lot of My father made the most delicious stew, so my sister would often bring me a large pot of his cooking, and he would sit on a blanket and eat it together. One time, we didn't close the door securely, and the saurians you were raising ran into the room and knocked over. My sister immediately burst into tears. The two troublemakers were going for the meat, but when they saw my sister's distress, they froze on the I still remember the way they laid there, sulking like a pair of children, even after making such a mess. It was frustrating, but in the end, all I could do was—
Wow.
Isn't that what being a family is all about? As the Archon, I made a vow to defend this nation.
Well, what happened after that? This portrait—
I believe she ended up working as an architect and artist. Anyway, that's enough about me. Now that the powder is settled, place the ancient name up there, and then we'll begin. Surely as the echoes of life ancient name, take us to your fated bear.
Am I hallucinating?
Kachina!
Huh? I'm not seeing things.
It's okay, Kachina. It's just us. We're trying to find—
Everyone, you have to listen to me. I've been investigating the Night Kingdom this entire time, and I figured I was waiting for the Y-Up to send me back, but then the Y-Up saved me, even though its power is weakening. So if the Night Kingdom has become a huge mess, though.
Don't listen to those. All you need to do is stay safe and wait.
It's okay. I feel I've never been strong or special at all, really. So I don't blame anyone for forgetting about me or leaving me behind. Just knowing you care is more. I'll find a way back.
You're always like this, Kachina. Now's not the time to act tough. I don't know what lies the Abyss has been feeding you, but I'll tell you something right now. You're a victor of the Night Warden Wars, a hero of Natlan. All you need to—
I'm still—
All you need to do is play. No one fights alone. We're not leaving you behind.
Yeah, we're so close. We can't—
Looks like we've lost contact. Now comes the most dangerous part. This entrance to the Night Kingdom was left behind after an
I know.
Alright, then I wish you all the best. I'll tell Koichi to be ready just in case. She's very experienced in dealing with abyssal corruption. That face you just made. Don't—
No, I just—
I'll go with them too, Archon. The more people—
Thank you so much for your help.
Now that I've lost my Eon-san, I know it's unlikely, but if you encounter—
That won't happen.
I hope not. Be careful out there.
So we're underneath Natlan right now?
That's because in the distant past, Natlan was home to an incredibly advanced civilization ruled by dragons. Humans only established their own society after the fall.
So these are Saurian ruins? Wait! You mean like the elemental sovereigns? They had their...
Yes, a really long time ago. Very few records have survived until now, so no one really knows what these ruins have been abandoned.
So what you're saying is...
No. It's going to be obstacle after obstacle from here on.
Why are you all...
It's the pre-adventure excitement kicking in!
Of course. I'm eager to get started.
Then let's go. We won't let anything...
Seems like the road ends here. How should we get across?
As a professional trainer, I think you could stand to build up your endurance, Paimon.
Professional trainer? Paimon thought you were a warrior from the Collective of Planning.
Well, that goes without saying. But I actually work as a sports coach. I provide professional guidance for many of Natlan's popular sports. And I don't just mean physical training. I design nutrition plans as well.
Ah, so basically no sugar, no soft drinks, no grilled meat.
Yeah, we'll be here all day if you list them out one by one. It's much faster to just focus on what's good for you.
Such as?
Vegetable juice. Want some?
You know, Ian-san, Paimon feels like the two of us might not see eye to eye. Those guys look familiar.
We've fought them before. Let's go. Show no mercy.
Solidify.
Illusion shut.
Body and cook. Let me weave you.
I'm going in! Inazuma shines eternal! There is no escape!
Rain outlines your fate.
I will have order. Stabilize.
Let's light it up!
Whoa, the place we need to go seems really high up.
Illusion
Rise!
Rain outlines your fate.
This is order. Stabilize.
Witness the power of Gugwa.
Teamwork is strength! Now you shall perish!
Yeah.
There is no escape!
No, my sword!
I'm going in!
Order guide you.
Let me weave you a verb. Inazuma shines eternal!
Solidify!
Shine down! Rain outlines your fate. Let's light it up!
This is the final stretch. We just need to climb up, and we'll be there. Nothing to it.
Easy for you to say.
This must be the end.
Yes. There's...
We actually have to... Okay, Paimon just needs to psych herself up. Hey! You don't have to drag Paimon! You're pulling too hard!
Looks like we made it. This is the...
It looks so different from what I imagined.
That overflow of energy is probably what trapped Kachina here in the...
From this point forward, everything we know about the real world no longer applies.
Paimon's more worried about how we're gonna make it out.
Do you see that patch of light on the ground? It's shining down from that fissure and...
Oh yeah, right in front of us. So that's coming from up there?
Just like I said, our real-world knowledge doesn't apply here. If this was the real world, we'd have to climb our way back up to the entrance. But here, all we have to do is stand underneath the light and offer a...
That's it? You really think that little of Paimon? That's not even why Paimon...
So that means all we need to do is find Kachina and bring her to this location.
Exactly. This light is
Yeah.
Those are all manifestations of abyssal power. Be careful.
Ghost! A talking ghost!
Calm down, I'm here to help. You're the ones who helped Vichama, right? Yes, I'm Vichama's friend, Malco. I was completely lost. It's like it was seeking me out, attempting to reassemble the... I'm sorry I can only appear before you and...
No, we should be the ones apologizing. If the Spirit Speaker Stone hadn't become corrupted by the Abyss. But we had to destroy it. Otherwise, Vichama and his tribe would...
Of course. Thank you for protecting him. Under the power of the stone, it felt like our souls were Turns out even our regrets were exact...
Whether in triumph or death, you want your best friend.
Exactly. That may not be in the cards for us, but you're looking for a young girl from the Children of Echoes, right? I'd like to help her while I'm still in this form, so follow me. Be careful. This place is...
Paimon didn't realize it had gotten this bad.
It's like a seething volcano ready to engulf our world at any moment.
Ouch!
Quick, back here! You can't go wandering off. Stick close to me. My power will be able to ward off attacks for the time being. We won't be able to keep this up. Let's try another route. This way. Not good. More monsters.
We shouldn't waste our time on them.
Everybody stand!
Now you shall perish!
easy to get lost here. Just stick close.
Did you hear that? What? Never mind.
Don't scare Paimon like...
I heard it too.
What did it say?
It doesn't matter.
Paimon just heard it too! Let's keep going. Paimon wants to get out of this place!
Solid.
We're here, Kachina!
No, honey.
Looks like our reunion will have to wait until we take care of...
Good idea. Let's...
I will have order.
There is no escape. Rain outlines your fate.
Stabilize.
Witness the power of the one. Yeah, let's light it up. I'm going in. Inazuma shines eternal. Ha!
You're here. You're finally here. Thank you so much. That monster can appear from anywhere. The Y-Up's power helped keep me hidden.
Had a girl. You did so well.
Should we start heading back then? Actually, I have a request. I can't exactly put it into words, but...
That was the Pyro Archon's theory as well.
In the Night Kingdom, there are 6 main totem poles representing the Y-Up. You can think of them like the body of each Y-Up. There are countless proxies scattered, but if a proxy were...
Judging by the current situation, I don't think we're dealing with just one contaminated proxy. Even if we could drive back the abyssal power from one of them...
Still, we can't just leave the Y-Up to suffer.
I agree. We might even manage to draw out the monster that's been hunting Kachina. Getting rid of the monster might slow down the deterioration of the...
Kachina? What's wrong?
Nothing. Maybe we really should leave. Kachina... No, I'm fine. Just up ahead.
Listen to me, Kachina. We'll come with you, but that's because we want to help the Y-Up. You don't have anything to prove either. It's okay if you reach your limit.
All right. The sooner we...
We've already come all this...
Let's go.
I'll stay here and try to stall the Abyss monster.
All by yourself? That's...
It's all right. I may not be as strong as that monster, but I'm definitely... I don't have much time left. If you're anything like my friend, I'm sure you're not particularly fond of goodbye. So go. Achieve your goal. And return to the world where you belong.
Thank you for every...
You're true.
Thank you. No one fights alone.
Does your head still hurt? Let me help you walk.
I'm fine. You should know I'm made of stronger stuff than that.
Illusion shattered.
Solidify.
Y-Up? Y-Up! I'm back! My friends and I are here to heal you. Y-Up?
So we were right. The contamination is already too severe. All right, get ready, everyone. Time to purge the abyssal energy from this place.
Careful. We've got company.
Already?
You really think that puny soul could slow me down? He tried to get in my way.
You killed Malcolm?
He would have dispersed with or without. You may have defeated others of my kind in the past, but underestimate me. No. The power of the Abyss is intoxicating. The destruction it seeks captivates like a match. I thought this naive little girl. That is the tragedy of your ancient names. Pride. The Pyro. Don't believe me? Then ask yourself. Why is the Pyro Archon strong beyond measure, while you,
Kachina! Give me your hand. Feel that?
Thanks, Moalani, because I'm not alone.
You're right. But you also couldn't be more wrong.
What?
The courage we have to stand before you and not back. The power lies not, but in our commitment to uphold.
Well said!
Let's go, Kachina. It shouldn't take more than 2 of us to handle an enemy like this.
Sorry in advance.
There aren't many in Natland.
Hear the infernos!
Right here!
Let the flames of redemption burn!
Let's ride!
Time for my coming!
Woohoo!
From on high!
Let's shred, Sharky!
A glimpse!
Clear the area! Carving waves!
What a ball, right?
Amazing!
Damn, it was sweet stuff.
Oh, we won! We actually won!
That's what he gets for underestimating.
Fantastic work, Kachina. This makes me so... I'm happy too, Moalani. Together we really are unstoppable.
Huh? My ancient name is... glowing?
It's probably a projection from the real world.
Wait, does that...
That was a bold move. Diving headfirst into the fire to save your friend. Especially in a place so over... Still, seeing you pull it off. Everything you said was exactly right. As isolated into... It took years' worth of scars and lots of unnecessary suffering for me to... The Pyro Archon's plan will unite us as... Only then will we have the... Tupac, a warrior from the people of the Springs. I fought against the Abyss during the invasion 500 years ago.
Boom, and he came back. What the fuck? Not the way as I expected.
I've heard that name before. You were the giant who saved...
Since you were able to awaken my words from your ancient name, under the name Umoja, you shall unite the tribes and save. As long as blood still runs through your vein, its blaze will become one with our vision, even amid everlasting darkness. Our bonds remain eternal.
So that's what happened.
What do you mean?
500 years ago, they foresaw the very crisis we're facing now. Efforts to save Natland started all the way back.
We can go over the details once we get back. We shouldn't linger here long. I know bits and pieces, but I had no idea Mualani was also part.
This sounds like something that's going to need a lot of Okay, that should be enough.
I hear your voice,
Great. Well then, I was going to ask why you bestowed an ancient name. I'll keep searching within my...
You are already an outstanding You are all my most beloved children. It has always been my honor to protect and nurture you. Your ancient name is just that. A name. Much like your parents chose to name you Kachina, focus on who you want to be. The story of your ancient name is for you. It gladdens me to see the Pyro Archon's plan move another step towards completion. But it is time for you. Go now, my children.
I know we've never met before, Wyab, but thank you for encouraging Kachina.
Whoa! What's going on?
We're out of time. It's the power of the Abyss. Quick.
It's a Seelie! The Seelie opened... The opening in the sky! It's closing!
We need to hurry, or we'll be stuck here!
Watch out for the falling rocks!
Quick, through the middle! Come on, faster!
We'll never make it!
Damn, that's crazy. What the f- Oh, she said, fuck that shit.
You've done well. Now come home.
He practically controls the dimension over here.
The Pyro Archon saved us.
But she's not here. Yeah, didn't she say...
She's still in the speaker's chamber. What we...
So you're saying...
Every great display of power. You must feel terrible. Let's get back to the stadium.
I recommend getting a full checkup.
Paimon feels okay. What about you, Traveler? Right.
Let's get going. We need to share...
Right.
I'll let her explain everything. Every move...
This could be the last of us.
Huh.
It's good to see you all here in one piece. I know you must have a lot of questions, but let Koichi check you over first.
Thank goodness you made it back. I came here as— Take a seat, everybody. All right, that should do it for— I have to say, though, I've never seen anyone react to the Abyss like you, Traveler.
He always has been special like that. He can even purify its power. Wait, now that you mention it, Paimon doesn't think she's affected.
Given the current situation, that ability will likely play a great role.
Of course. I still have patience to see, so—
Thank you, Koichi.
All right, all right. We might not— just give it time. I'm sure we'll figure things out.
Yeah.
All right. There's so much to discuss, I don't even know where to begin. You've seen it for yourselves now. I'll get straight to the point. Natlan is on the verge of destruction. It's very possible our nation has less than a year—
Huh? No.
That's right. But I've only ever disclosed that our looming destruction is not a recent development, but the inevitable conclusion.
Mualani told us a little bit.
500 years ago, all the nations, unlike the other nations, Natlan never had stable and deep-rooted ley lines, so we suffered the worst. The battle against the Abyss was exceedingly long and brutal. In the end, victory came at the— Even then, it took and still. This is but a superficial victory. The forces of the Abyss have— The problems plaguing the Night Kingdom are all the more complicated because immediately after the war, our calculations estimated that we would have a maximum of 500 years before the Night Kingdom was completely lost to the Abyss. But at that time, we were a nation of the destitute. Our people no longer— Our civilization was dying. Our faith— If we didn't bring the nation back together, it would— So, the Archon had a long and involved discussion with the heroes of each tribe.
So that's what happened. After finding Kachina, I encountered a— Since the plan was mentioned in those memories, but there's still something I don't understand. Those memories showed me the Pyro Archon from back then.
Huh? But that doesn't make any sense! The Pyro Archon—
That's right. The hardest thing for humans to overcome has always been time. A god can extend a human's life by using a certain amount of divine power. But, as we all know, Natlan doesn't have gods like that. We can only rely on— A human life is like a flame destined to be extinguished. 500 years ago, I placed my life within the sacred. Only by dying before my time could I have the chance to wake up.
So, in other words, this is your second life?
Yes. We only managed to defeat the Abyss all those years ago because if the Natlan of the future was to have a fighting chance, the Pyro Archons that came after the war had to rebuild the decimated tribes. The goal was to reunite the people. Once a tribe was back to its full strength, the tribe's Wyab would select a hero, indicating the tribe was once again ready for war. The Chosen would then stand by my side in defense of our nation, just like great heroes of old.
So that means I'm one of the Chosen?
That's right. You bear the ancient name Umoja, the same one held by the hero from your tribe 500 years ago. After your adventure in the Night Kingdom, I trust you've come to fully understand the meaning of that name.
So in other words, you always knew who the Wyab were going to pick from each—
Yes. According to the plan, each tribe was supposed to have been fully restored by the time I awoke. But the 6 heroes successfully inherited the ancient— Once again, it comes down to the—
Just like how the Ode of Resurrection—
Exactly. It's just another tactic the Abyss is using against us. If we want to unblock that information from being passed on— So, I've tried my best. Currently, Shilonin of the Children of Echoes, Kinich of the Scions of the Canopy, and Iansan of the Collective of Plenty. During your adventure, you too earned the acknowledgement of your Wyab, Mualani. In the process, you gained the memories stored within your name.
But we have less than a year—
Yes, but we have no choice. We cannot start the plan until all the heroes— That's also why I haven't been able to take—
But if you knew this whole time, why didn't you just tell me about my role in all this?
Perhaps, but the opposite could also be true. Knowing your destiny too early could mean failing to realize, just like your determination to save Kachina. I hope your commitment to this endeavor comes from your own.
So I suppose you're not going to tell us who the final two...
That's right. Their time is yet to come. Putting pressure on them beforehand will only hint. I can only trust in the judgment of the Wyab. I have never believed I could solve this crisis alone. In fact, it was precisely Natlan's salvation lies not in its Archon or any singular individual. But you're quite perceptive, aren't you? I thought I might get away with...
Huh? Oh, right! All the stuff you stored...
Even though I sacrificed my power, I still needed a contingency plan to ensure you would make it. After all, I was the one who allowed you to take that. In addition to their sentimental value, the items I stored here held a...
Fuel?
Yes. The stories embodied by those items are certainly important. But over time, they became imbued with a certain amount of contending fire from being carried on their own. Each item's power is by burning those items, I was able to activate the contending fire store. It was a rather crude approach.
But weren't they all precious?
That's exactly why I dragged you all here. No matter what.
You have nothing to be sorry for. You all deserve, and then it would only be a matter of time before. Besides, when those heroes entrusted their belongings to me, or the Pyro Archon of their... If they knew those items helped save the...
Even when you put it that way...
There's no need. Remember what I told you about time? The people and the events of the past. If you still have regrets, let them... Your deeds will become new...
Well, we'd still like to return...
Well, if that's the case, just treat me... Now that Kachina has returned, we can finally... And we could all use the rest. Try not to let it get to you. All right.
When I was young, I used to sit by the hot springs. They attract people from all walks of life. Friends come easy here, no matter what tribe you're... The people of the springs have never claimed the hot springs as their own private property. They are there to bring all hot spring buddies together. It's been really nice, seeing the children of my tribe get older. It's helped me gradually understand the true value of the springs. I've witnessed their energy, their determination, their absolute passion for life. Even when they cause trouble, I never managed to hold on to my anger for long. It's unbelievable how quickly they worm their way back into my good graces. I'm certain Mualani will become a great warrior when she grows up. She possesses infinite potential. I can see it. One day, when I'm no longer in fighting form, I'll come here and tell stories to all the children, just like those warriors did for me. So, you better get busy, Pyro Archon, or I'll end up running out of stories.
Our nation is engulfed in darkness. Our tribe stand. The Abyss is a cunning enemy, one that I faced in battle many times. Were that not the case, I would never understand. My rage will never know absolution, and my power will no longer aid you in. But you came to me because you knew you could I understand your choice. The heroes of today will forge the path ahead with blood and fire. Just remember to earn us the victory we owe. Otherwise, rest assured, I'll find a way to collect the debt. For Natlan.
Jeez. Okay.
So, you're gonna head 500 years in the future to serve as the Pyro Archon again? But what about the you from right now?
You can't ask her those questions and expect her to answer, my dear. The decision is hers. We will do everything we even across time.
Yeah, Mom's right. No, seriously though, Dad should be here.
I imagine he didn't know what to say, so he chose not to come at all. Don't take it to heart, my dear. Just remember, no matter what happens in the future, we will always love you.
I'll come find you one day. I know I can't live that long, but I'll think of something. There has to be a way for us to meet again one day. If there's an answer out there somewhere, I'm gonna find. So, don't forget about me.
If that's your decision, then you have my full support, Archon.
May our children live to see such a lovely son.
For Natlan!
No one fights alone.
The rules are my legacy. They shall grant us the strength to overcome.
War forged the 6 tribes, taught us how.
Who will be the one to bring the...
We are the inheritors of memory and legend. Those who grew alongside those who forged our own destiny and future. That is Natlan's fire. The lifeblood of our nation.
You here for the victory feast too?
Oh, no. I knew Chaska would be here, so I just came. It's not that I don't want to celebrate Kachina and the others. I'm so glad.
Ah, well, you two had a fight.
She didn't cause any trouble during your...
Yeah, she was super helpful.
That's good.
Is there a reason you asked? You were pretty outspoken when we first...
Maybe it seemed unreasonable, picking that fight with her before you left. Her impulse to fight is extremely strong. Her mental strength helps her rein it in, but she still loses control sometimes. I had no idea what you might...
So, what you're saying is...
Okay, so maybe it sounds a little stupid, but it works pretty well. It helps her keep her cool. Anyway, I'm just glad you were able to make it...
What? Do you really have to go that far? Can't you just talk it out?
Oh, Pompeo back. Alright, I am back.
No way. Chaska never opens up about her own pain, especially to her family. She can't learn about this. I appreciate the understanding, and don't worry. I'll find a way to help her ease this. Oh, and if you ever need a doctor, you know who to find.
Huh. Who would have thought there was a deeper reason behind their argument? In the end, it's all the Abyss's fault.
Yo! I was getting jiggy with it. Okay, I see you.
Let's give a huge round of applause to our brave young warrior, Kachina!
Been a while since I've seen
Woohoo! Well done, Kachina. Thank you, everyone. I'm so glad I finally...
I always knew you could do it. With so much potential... You're one to talk. Don't think I didn't know you were the first person to abandon...
I had no choice.
Oh, really? So you weren't just trying to get it?
I wasn't, I swear. I just happened to find that bearer injured in the wild. So I stopped when he insisted on repaying the favor. What was I supposed to do? I'm just one person. I figured Kachina would have...
But the fact of the matter is that after your departure, everyone else started thinking about swap...
I'm really sorry, Kachina. It was wrong.
It's amazing that you still made it all the way.
So, what about...
Our team captain drank too much the night before the competition and turned up late to the stadium.
Serves you all right. No sympathy for me.
All right. There's no need to be like that, Uncle Pakal. Dear friends, firstly, I'm grateful to my friends and our great Archon for help. This traveler and his companion Paimon are some of the they've agreed to let me learn from them. With their help, and let's not forget my good friends, Moalani, Chaska, Kanich, and Ayan-san. They all helped the traveler and Paimon figure out a way to bring me back from the next. They too deserve to be called our heroes. So...
Well said!
I'll drink to that. How does it... To be honest, it's well, you better get used to it. Next up, undefeated champion! Hey, please don't...
My apologies. I knew more than I let. Everything comes at a price, and most heroes aren't people who set out to be. If you cling too tightly to your goal, you end. But in any case, I wonder how long before the two final heroes appear. From the flower feather clad.
It's rare to meet travelers as strong and brave as yourselves. I raised my... Anyway, my sister's...
Oh, we actually ran into her on the way here and,
Yeah. I'm planning on visiting home myself in a few days. To tell her and the rest of the family that the Abyss has likely sensed your... It's rare to meet... Anyway.
Oh, we actually...
Yeah. The Abyss has likely sensed your arrival in Natlan by now. So exercise caution on your...
It cost us a lot, but there'll be even tougher. That includes you, Paimon. I can do a special one-off session.
At previous victory feasts, you'd always find me in the crowds.
It does feel weird seeing you so out of sorts.
Is this another pearl of wisdom?
Well, Paimon agrees with the Traveler. Everyone's come together.
You're right. Kachina looks really... enough doom and gloom. Time to shake it up.
I've been through so much. Are you still feeling it? Nope, all better now. I told you I bounced back pretty quick. So don't worry about it. I bet you guys must be tired, though. Make...
Ah, you're here.
How did you know?
You look like you've still got questions. Ask away. Because the thought of telling them, abandon your families and everyone you love, and come with me to the end of time. for in 500 years Natlan will be. You could just as easily point out that everything in this world would come to an end eventually. Imagine if I said, let's leave right now and go save the sun, because I couldn't make them shoulder that burden. Besides, every generation will have its heroes, this one included. Or, of course, without me. But since I was the one who came up with the plan, I felt duty-bound to see it through to the end.
I'm suddenly remembering that portrait in your room.
Yes, it was. So when you asked me who my sister grew up, from what I've been able to piece together, I can conclude with a reasonable degree of she played an instrumental role in rebuilding the scions of the camp. Still, it was an impressive achievement, and I'm very... You feel loss keenly. It seems to stir up feelings of regret, and this is a war. And there can be no war without loss. The people of Natlan look to me as their Archon, and the weight of their expectations is mine to bear.
Yeah, doesn't that mean the way everything ends has already been written?
I suppose, but so what? Don't forget, time takes even if the future ends in destruction, there's still no reason to and it's precisely because we humans cannot know our fate that we will never give up on our struggle. This is a pivotal moment. We are still, well, 3 to be precise. There's one further hero who I'm hoping to... Your resistance to the corrupting power of the Abyss is truly remarkable. It would easily make you if you agree to join us, you will not only gain my full support in your journey, but I will also forge a brand new ancient...
Ancient names can be full...
They can. Several strict conditions must be met, but if they couldn't be forged at all, then possessing an ancient name would mean that your adventures in Natlan are recorded in the Ode of Resurrection may have just like in the Night Kingdom, I will be there for you. That is a promise I will fulfill.
Yeah, we can't just ignore
Wonderful. Then I'll reach out to Shilonen right away. We've never forged an ancient name for an Outlander before.
My lord, we've received word that the Pyro Archon has lost... Although your injury complicates things, this is most certainly the opportunity...
Victory and defeat are rules, not outcomes. I have never taken advantage of an opponent in a time of weakness. As for you, I must confess, I did not expect that little trick of yours to save the day.
No matter how dense the fog, as long as the sun remains, we cannot turn day into night. You don't have much time, and...
I'm beginning to see just how useful you heard something from here.
What was that? It seems like a little story.
Oh, something else you'd like? Well, our intel suggests he hasn't made any new movements yet. Although Kenichi's investigation, I'm getting closer to narrowing down who that may be, but it's still unclear whether this person aided the captain out of willingness or coercion. If you learn anything about this during your adventures, please. Oh, something else you'd like to ask?
I'm in here for now. I'm actually surprised I fucking done it a little bit. Thanks for watching.